So you're 60 with 1.5 million saved up. In a couple of years, you could start collecting Social Security, and instead of spending those checks, you could invest them. But is this a smart move? Today, we're going to sit down and actually run the numbers on this, and by the end of this video, my goal is that you'll have clarity on whether this strategy is the right decision for you. Hi, I'm Josh Palmer, Director of Financial Planning for the Noble Group and a Certified Financial Planner professional with over 24 years of experience in the financial services industry. So here's your options. Starting at 62, you can take benefits early, but they'll be reduced permanently. If your full retirement age is 67, claiming at 62 cuts your monthly check by about 30% for life. If you wait until 67, for most people that's full retirement age, you'll get your full benefit. And if you wait past full retirement age, you'll get what's called delayed retirement credits. That means an increase of 8% per year after age 67. Therefore, by 70, your benefit is 24% higher than at 67 and nearly 80% higher than at 62. So that's the trade-off we're trying to figure out here. Do we take the money right at 62, invest it, and hope it grows over time, or do we wait, forego those checks for maybe 5 years, 8 years, so we can get a much larger payment each month? Well, let's see these numbers in action. Let's talk about David. He's asking the exact same question. He's 60 years old, recently retired, and has $1.5 million in retirement savings between his IRA, 401k, and brokerage accounts. He and his wife also have a paid-off home, which means his monthly expenses are a little more manageable compared to someone still carrying a mortgage. Now, his Social Security benefit at full retirement age of 67 is projected at $3,200 per month, or $38,400 per year. If he takes it early at 62, it drops to $2,240 a month, which is $26,880 a year. On the other hand, if he delays until 70, it jumps to $39.68 per month, which comes out to $47,616 annually. So the spread is big, about $1,700 difference per month between 62 and 70. That's over $20,000 a year. Now that's a significant gap when you're planning for retirement that could last upwards 25, 30 years. But can we fill that gap and maybe even add to our monthly income if we invest those checks? Well, that's the question David asked me. Should I take the money early, invest it, and preserve my portfolio, or should I wait and let that monthly check increase? Well, let's play out these scenarios. If David starts collecting at 62, as we said, that's $26,880 a year. Let's take that amount and invest it. And let's say it earns on average 6% per year. If he invests that until he's 70, he's collected about $282,000 in benefits and investment growth, about $215,000 from Social Security checks, and $67,000 in gains. That sounds pretty good. So let's determine what his lifetime benefits plus investment gains would be in this scenario. We've calculated David's life expectancy at age 90. At that point, David would have earned about $1.194 million in Social Security benefits, plus the $67,000 in gains he earned by investing his checks from 62 to 70. This puts us at a lifetime value of $1.26 million for this strategy. Next, let's see what happens when David delays until 67. We're not investing anything in this situation. We're holding off the 5 years simply for that larger monthly check. Does that larger check offset the gains we made in our last scenario, or are we losing out on money? Well, by taking at 67, David's monthly check is $3,200 per month, or $38,400 per year. By age 90, he'll accumulate about $1.493 million in lifetime benefits. We're coming out about $230,000 ahead by waiting. So the math is revealing a pretty interesting situation here. And if we delay Social Security all the way till 70, David will be getting more than $1.67 million in lifetime benefits by age 90. He'd be coming out more than $400,000 ahead than if he took early and invested. And even if we adjust our rate of return on our investments, we're still struggling to reach our other options. Even at a 10% rate of return, by investing from 62 to 70, that amounts to about $123,000 in gains. Add that to our $1.194 million in Social Security benefits, and we still aren't able to hit our lifetime benefit amount when we wait until our full retirement age. Now, you may think we've just proven that delaying Social Security as long as possible is always the right move, especially compared to taking it early and investing it. But to show you just how nuanced this decision can get, I'm going to change just one variable, portfolio value, and watch how it gives us a completely different result. So right now, David has $1.5 million in assets. That's enough to comfortably cover those early retirement years without Social Security, so therefore waiting is a viable option. In fact, we ran a projection. If David draws about $80,000 per year from his portfolio between 60 and 70, he still has more than $1.3 million by the time Social Security begins at 70. His portfolio hardly takes a hit, and his guaranteed income is much larger going forward. But let's imagine a different case. Suppose David only had $1 million saved instead of $1.5 million. Now, drawing from his investments for 10 years before Social Security kicks in might be too risky. When we run that prediction, by the time he's 70, his portfolio could be all the way down to about $360,000. So in this scenario, with $1 million in assets, taking Social Security earlier and actually spending it, not investing it, would help him preserve those assets. And if he starts collecting at 62 instead of having $360,000 at age 70, he now has around $800,000 in his portfolio. There's also the question of health and longevity that is so important to the Social Security decision. If David had serious health concerns and didn't expect to live long, then honestly, claiming early might be more logical. But he's healthy, active, and his parents lived into their 90s, so longevity is on his side. But the biggest elephant in the room that none of these projections have considered is survivor benefits for his wife. If David decided to collect right at 62, her benefit amount would be substantially reduced. On the other hand, if David delays as long as possible, she gets the biggest possible benefit if he passes first. This can be a huge gift to a partner. In some cases, maximizing Social Security is less about your own lifetime benefit and more about safeguarding the financial security of the person you love. So here's the reality. When it comes to collecting Social Security, the timing depends on the individual. But when it comes to investing those checks, remember this: Social Security is a guaranteed income stream. It's not subject to market volatility, it adjusts with inflation, and lasts as long as you do. Even with $1.5 million invested, David could face market downturns. Imagine he took Social Security early, invested it, and then the market immediately dropped 20%. That carefully planned strategy suddenly looks a lot less appealing, right? Social Security, on the other hand, can provide stability no matter what the markets do. When you think of it that way, if you can support your early retirement with your portfolio, delaying Social Security is like buying yourself a bigger pension. And it's one of the best deals out there. Now, let's not overlook psychology. Some people love the idea of taking money early. It feels like they're getting something back after paying in for decades. And there might be a fear that if you die earlier than you expect, you won't get to cash in on all those benefits. But for David, once we ran the numbers, he realized waiting gave him freedom. He could lean on his portfolio for a few years, knowing that once Social Security kicked in, his baseline income was much stronger. And if something were to happen to him, he was comforted by the fact that his wife would be getting as much as possible in survivor benefits. That was worth a lot more to him than trying to invest in early benefit and hoping that markets would cooperate. So before you go, I want you to take a moment and ask yourself these 4 questions to help you understand what decision is the right call for you. Do I need the money right now, or can I wait? What's my health and family longevity? Do I want to maximize survivor benefits for my spouse? And how does my investment portfolio play into this decision? And the most important thing here, don't make the decision in a vacuum. Run the projections. Sit down with a certified financial planner and make the choice that gives you the clarity and confidence you're looking for. I run these projections with clients all the time, and we'd love to run a complimentary analysis for you. To start the process of receiving one, there's 2 options. First, you can reach out to us by either email or phone. Second, you can scan the QR code on screen or click the link in the description to start the discovery process. We'd be happy to walk you through your options. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.